Starting a family should be one of the most precious times in your adult life. But how should you share your news in a manner that does it justice? Indeed, you can do better than posting a photograph on Instagram of a positive pregnancy stick. Luckily, we have compiled a list to help you out with your conundrum. So without further ado, here are 40 totally ingenious ways to announce the new little one. 40. Personalized clothing. Nothing says that you care more than a piece of customized clothing. It could be a t-shirt with the words Mom and Dad emblazoned on the front. Or you could choose a bespoke baby outfit for your new arrival. Whatever you choose, the level of individualization involved will make the recipient feel super special. 39. Cake topper. If you feel like spending some time in the kitchen, why not bake a cake and then accessorize your culinary creation? Yes, you can get as carried away as you like, as long as your message gets across loud and clear. But if it's edible, be sure to snap a photo first to preserve the moment. 38. Scrabble. You and your partner may be locked in a Scrabble tournament lasting a lifetime, and if so, what greater way to reveal your imminent bundle of joy? Either lay the letters out on the board in a message of your choice, or put tiles on the racks that spell out Mommy and Daddy. Who knows, maybe your little sprog will be a wordsmith in the waiting. 37. Beer label. A great way to give your news the light of day is to show, and not tell. Personalizing a bottle's label is a subtle trick that's fun to play on your friends. Simply serve up some drinks to your pals and see who spots the interesting information first. And as a perk, they can keep the bottles as souvenirs. 36. Pets. Of course, one of the cutest ways to deliver your news is to employ your furry friends. After all, they too will be welcoming your next family member, so it's only fair to get them involved from the off. Perhaps you can capture your cat with the ultrasound in its paws, or get your dog to sport some canine fancy dress that hints at a human sibling on the way. 35. Snail mail. There's a lot to be said for good old letters and handwritten communication, so delve into your stationery supply. Furthermore, the lucky recipients can truly treasure these gifts and keep the items as a memento of your announcement. Indeed, you'll doubtless have the prime spot on their mantelpiece. 34. Mugs. This idea will certainly spice up your daily pot of tea or cup of coffee. That's right, if you're an arty type, you could paint the message on the pottery yourself. All you have to do is offer to make a cuppa, then watch as your loved one drinks up and finds the news waiting for them at the bottom. 33. Sign. Spelling out the big news on a sign is a surefire way of grabbing people's attention. Or if you want to stun your partner, hold up a chalkboard up and get them to turn around and see your message for the ultimate pregnancy reveal. Indeed, all you have to do is read the surprise on their faces as they absorb the announcement. 32. Sonograph. Surely the best visual representation of your impending arrival is an actual picture of the baby. This classic method certainly leaves no room for confusion, and it gives doting family members the opportunity to pore over the tiniest hint of a genetic resemblance. 31. Baby. There's really no question about the most adorable approach to the big reveal. It's got to be using any existing children you may already have. Let's face it, they probably have a fair amount of free time on their hands and will only be twiddling their thumbs until the newbie makes its grand entrance. So dress them up in something suggestive of a big brother or sister, and let them do the talking for you. 30. Baby shoes. This one for sure pulls at the heartstrings. Even the least broody among us can't have failed to have swooned over a pair of tiny baby shoes for teeny baby feet. Just line some booties up with your footwear, take a snapshot and see the likes on social media fly in. You're welcome. 29. Socks. In a similar Goldilocks vein, you can also use your socks for the same effect. You could hang the differing sizes on a washing line, arrange your laundry on the bed, you get the idea. Or if it's Christmas, add another stocking to the fireplace for Santa Claus to fill. 28. Skis. This is a perfect option for outdoorsy family types, just put some little skis next to your own. Furthermore, this option is actually a pretty practical investment. Because if winter sports are your thing, you could be cooking up a future ski champ, so best get them used to the slopes early. 27. Wine rejection. An innovative way to convey that you've conceived is to capture the following scenario on camera. The woman is offered a glass of wine and she is seen to be turning the alcohol down. People will either twig, or they will think you're taking dry January very seriously. 26. Local landmarks. Why not use the environment around you? If you see a speed bump, for instance, incorporate this feature into your baby on board update. Onlookers will appreciate you for your honesty. There could be bumps in the road, after all. It will also show that you think outside the box. Indeed, this image is a symbolic reminder to go slow and look ahead. 25. Puns. If you can't get enough of wordplay, then this wonderful suggestion is just for you. Let everyone know how you like your eggs in the morning by carefully writing on the shells, or creating a montage of fried eggs, scrambled and, yep, you guessed it, fertilized. Then get nesting and lay that egg. 24. Animals' bath time is about to become a right chore thanks to your water baby on the way. But for the present, how about using your rubber duck as a sweet signal that your household is expanding? If you're feeling adventurous, you could use real ducks, but the yellow variety will work just fine too. 23. Harry Potter. Did you meet your significant other through your love of Harry Potter and the Wizarding World? If you did, there is a lot of mileage in this idea, so feel free to get as inventive as you like and mine the books for inspiration. You are guaranteed to spellbind your audience. 22. Disney. Alternatively, maybe you first encountered your baby mommy or daddy through your shared enthusiasm for all things Disney. And there's nowhere more appropriate than arguably the most magical destination on the planet to let your inner circle know that your baby dreams have come true. 21. Movie poster. For the tech aficionados and film buffs out there, here is a route that will win you many fans. Mock up a promotional poster in homage to your favorite movie, or create your own version from scratch, starring you in the lead role. Because regardless of whether it's your debut, this is your chance to shine. 20. What's cooking? Having friends over to yours for cake could make for a lovely, private setting to impart your news. And while you're deep in the controlled chaos of baking, use the flour on the countertop as your canvas and see which friend notices first. Yet again, if the beach is more your scene, write it in the sand. 19. Gamers. It's vital to choose a pastime meaningful to you to communicate your news. And if you're into video games, here's how to raise the bar and show off your gaming credentials. You could create a new avatar for your mini-me, or customize consoles for the next generation of gamers in your house. 18. Twins. Double the drama deserves twice the thought going into your news flash. Maybe you had some sort of maternal instinct that kicked in to tell you to expect more than a single baby. You could tweak any of these 40 suggestions and add in an ellipsis before you announce that it's twins, or you could simply justify your massive lunch by saying you're eating for 3. 17. Photo shoot. This is the time to be capitalizing on all the opportunities to create beautiful memories. So do it right and hire a photographer to capture those moments with your unborn child. And years later, when they're shouting in your ear, you can look back at these photos and remember that sense of calm trepidation. 16. Sibling. When this ain't your first rodeo, you can use one of the children you made earlier, and let them earn their stripes as a sibling from the off. Involving them in a fun photo shoot could help make having a potentially tricky conversation easier, too, and ease them into relinquishing their solo status. 15. Scratch cards. Scratch cards are a perfect way to circulate your news and amp up the tension even more. And it takes the onus off you a bit, just in case you don't fully trust yourself to execute the surprise. You could even put them in the mailbox as a postal treat, especially for your relatives who are not online. 14. Balloons. You might be wanting to stock up on some blue or pink balloons for your gender reveal, so why not make the most of the pack and use them as part of your pregnancy announcement? They make also a handy visual representation of your growing belly, too. 13. Ice baby. No one says it quite like Vanilla Ice, and these people are possibly fans of their popular song. A funny visual pun is always a fail-safe crowd pleaser and, as an added bonus, is often rather memorable. And in this instance, just think of the musical heritage you're going to bless your child with. 12. Vehicle. Do you credit yourself with some skills as a techie? Then this is a surefire way to win the parenting prize of best reveal ever. Mock up a poster for your favorite cars and cleverly introduce your next mini adventure. If you don't have personalized plates, then hopefully Photoshop can do the necessary. 11. Props arranged artistically. If you consider yourself crafty but not a computer whiz, and the thought of whipping up a mock car advert overwhelms you slightly, making a collage is an achievable goal that allows you to flex your creative muscles. For this artistic idea, find whatever you value most to include in your composition, et voila! 10. Paint. Splash out on some paints, grab a brush and let your artwork run down the wall for effect. Painting onto a large backdrop is a bold statement, leaving no space for ambiguity. But if you plan not to disclose the sex of the baby, pick a neutral color. Furthermore, if you have kiddies already, get them to make a stencil or paint their own announcement. 9. Travel montage. Got a theme going on in your travel pics already? If you're anything like this globe-trotting couple, you could shoehorn another pair of sneakers in. Then simply add a few hashtags, and you're away. Something says this traveling twosome will be planning a few less ambitious trips going forward. 8. Safety pins. Cute and subtle, this neat idea can be created at your desk with a few office materials. But if safety pins aren't available to you, then other household objects will suffice. Wooden spoons, for example, come in varying sizes, as do cookie cutters. The colorful ribbons are a nice additional touch. 7. Lego. If you're a fan of toys and are adding a new minifigure to your collection, this idea is for you. Moreover, the success of the Lego movies has done nothing to diminish the number of Lego lovers out there. And you might even get some cool parent points further down the line when your baby is all grown up and looking back on their introduction. 6. Calendar. Go retro with a simple calendar and count down the days until your due date. And don't forget to take a red pen and circle their birthday. It would be wise, though, to familiarize yourself with that famous nursery rhyme, and cross your fingers that you don't have a Wednesday's child who's full of woe. 5. Stitched image. This is an alternative to a normal ultrasound and a charming accessory for your child's bedroom, plus all your friends will be asking for one of these once they discover your talent for stitching. What's more, such a meditative task could be an effective way to focus that busy mind. 4. Turkey. Stand by the cooker wearing this top and put a twist on the traditional bun in the oven. And if you're indeed nurturing a tiny human over Thanksgiving, then you definitely have plenty to be thankful for. And most importantly, you have a ready-made excuse to eat yourself silly. 3. Magnets. The faithful fridge is arguably the heart of your home, so it deserves pride of place when it comes to the big reveal. And rest assured, your maternity message isn't set in stone. Indeed, you can play around with the magnetic letters until you're perfectly satisfied. 2. Glassware. If nothing else cuts it for the extended family, these glasses are a thoughtful way of breaking the news. And every time your relations drink from their personal glass, they'll think of you and toast your baby. This is a gorgeous gift for a girlfriend getting upgraded to an aunt. Cheers. 1. Halloween. And now for an extra seasonal entry to delight Halloween enthusiasts. Yes, an October tot could enable you to carve out a baby's likeness on your pumpkin to alert your acquaintances, although this could also be scary in all the wrong ways. Alternatively, some lettering on the pumpkin's exterior will do the job nicely.